Welcome to the Hillsborian Historian. My name is Rex, and today we're looking at some footage from 1938. It is a Labor Day parade on 7th Avenue in Ybor City. You'll see the usual signage, but you will also see references to the Spanish Civil War, which is going on at the time. This is a prelude to World War II. All right, let's turn it over to the professionals at USF.
Hello, this is Andrew Hughes, librarian in Special Collections.
And I'm Paul Camp, also a librarian in Special Collections.
And we wanted to share a podcast with you of a film that we have in our collection. It was given to us by Armando Mendez, who's a longtime West Tampa resident and author of Ciudad de Cigars, or City of Cigars, about West Tampa.
More or less the definitive history of West Tampa and the unique cigar-making community that lived there. When these home movies were made in 1938, Armando Mendez was a young cigar maker working in the Cuesta Rey cigar factory in West Tampa, and was, along with his fellow workers, swept up in the local indignation against the fascist attempt to overthrow the legitimate government of Spain. West Tampa and Ybor City were Tampa's cigar-making immigrant communities and were ardent in the support for democracy in Spain.
You can also see references to reforming state wage legislation, and also references to Tom Mooney, who was a member of International Workers of the World and was quite radical. He was known for dynamiting power lines, especially out west in California. He was convicted for a bombing in San Francisco in 1916 and was convicted under kind of lynch mob conditions and was actually pardoned in 1938, probably not as a direct result of this parade, but nonetheless. You'll see that many of the placards here represent the opinions of the unions in Tampa. Many of them are from the Women's Auxiliary, from the CIO. You can even see a Waiters and Cooks Union. And of course, Ybor City and West Tampa were real strongholds of union activity in a state that didn't welcome very much union activity at all.
At the time this parade took place, the Western democracies had declared an arms embargo against both sides in the Spanish Civil War. Unfortunately, the fascist powers, Italy and Germany, provided virtually unlimited support for Francisco Franco's fascist armies, whereas the Western democracies provided very little in the way of support for the democratic forces in Spain. Thus, the various signs in the parade about ending the embargo on Spain.
This unique footage gives us a glimpse of what 7th Avenue looked like in 1938. You can tell it's 7th Avenue by looking at the lampposts with that very distinctive multi-sphered design on it. There weren't lampposts like that anywhere else in town. And now let's watch. You can see the social clubs had united behind the cause of anti-fascism. And by 1938, it was apparent that fascism was far more brutal than other enemies faced in the past. With the advent of civilian bombing, of course it was immortalized by Pablo Picasso's Guernica painting. And you can see that Japan has been drawn into this protest largely because of its unwarranted invasion of China in the 1930s. By 1938, that was escalating into a major war. And you'll even see signs referring to Hitler and Mussolini. Although World War II hadn't started yet, it was quite clear to the liberal workers in Ybor City and West Tampa that these were dangerous men behind dangerous movements.
To raise money to support the loyalists in Spain, the children of West Tampa and Ybor City gathered lead foil wrappers from various products and melted them down to make fishing sinkers, which we will see momentarily. The fishing sinkers were then sold and the funds used to send to the Loyalists in Spain to buy medicine, ammunition. Ah, there we are. These are some of the fishing sinkers that were cast and sold to provide support for the Loyalists in Spain. We have one of the molds used in casting the fishing sinkers in our Spanish Civil War oral history collection. And there we are melting down the foil. In the 1930s, lead foil was used for a variety of products. There were wrappers for cigars and cigarettes, gum wrappers, all sorts of things included lead in them in those days.